And then there was one. Well, I'm at Dix Creek Gap, and my hiking buddy Ed has driven off and left me with 11-pound food bag. My pack is over 30 pounds right now, probably about 32, and I'm fixing to head up part of what looks like to be the steepest part of this whole trip, but it's only about a third of a mile straight up, and then I'll be going up a little bit more and then a little bit more up into the Nantahala forest. Super excited. A little bit of trepidation, I reckon. I'm going to try to hike 7 more miles today. It's about 12:30, and we'll see how I can make it. Yep. That's got some fur in it. That's probably from a bear. You would know it as soon as my hiking buddy leaves me. I see bear scat. Well, isn't that nice? Foot travel, welcome. Thank you, volunteer trail clubs. Pack stock. That's what I feel like. Yep. I've been hiking along this ridge line for a while, which is still uphill, but it's not as bad as getting up to the ridge line. My camera's probably focusing on the trees in front of me, but there's some few mountains on that side. And a few more on this side. And there's a few more that way. I think I'm going to get me something to drink. Pretty little cascade in the moss. Well, this here is Plum Orchard Gap. The shelter down there. Water that I just filled up. It is just about 3 o'clock on Monday, day 3. Got a few more hours of daylight and time to get going though. Well, that's nice to know. I'm not sure about Bubba Lip though. I'll stick with "You Are Awesome." Another nice sign. Suppose that's some sort of landmark. Well, it's about 5:10. Walking in the shade of this big mountain. And here's the famous pipe. What's the pipe there for, you ask? Well, I am now standing with 1 foot in Georgia and 1 foot in North Carolina, if you believe it. So I made it a little farther than I was planning on it. I didn't see a campsite with water 2 miles back, and here I am in North Carolina. Wee doggies! One step closer to home. Thought that deserved a picture of me. This is what I look like in North Carolina. North Carolina. Georgia. I am here at Bly Gap, North Carolina, just across the border. It's 6:06. I have got my dinner rehydrating and my tent put up, and I've already put the string up for the bear bag down there somewhere. I got this, I've got this ridge all to myself. There's some folks on the other side of that hill, but it's really windy over there, and I'm going to opt for being out of the wind versus being around a bunch of noisy young people. I guess that's two bonuses, but one of the guys said he was going to come over here after a while because they really used up all the flat spots over there, and I'm tired of rolling around in my tent. But so yeah, tonight's dinner is quinoa with spinach, macadamia nuts, and dates. And if that's not a gut bomb, I don't know what is. This will probably be my last recording for today. I don't know, maybe the sunset will get pretty. In about 20 or 30 minutes, it'll start to get dark, and then I'm out. Good morning. It's about 6 o'clock on day 4, and I'm in my little tent. I heard some owls a few minutes ago. I was hoping I could capture them on the sound of the video, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. I slept okay last night. Woke up a lot, as one would expect, laying on the ground, having to roll over and back and forth, but it wasn't too cold. Just a little bit chilly right now, but maybe it's in the high 30s. Looking forward to another good day. This is what a campsite looks like after breakfast. Looks like a big mess, but I sure am glad I don't have more stuff. Probably ate a pound out of that food bag between last night and today, or this morning. And I think I'm going up there first thing. I'm just kind of lollygagging around the campsite since I got up early rather than do what I should be doing, which is putting miles. I'm just looking around. Thought I'd show the map. Started here at Tesnatee Gap. I learned I was pronouncing that wrong. That's where Ed and I and Laura hiked up to the top of the ridge right there. And Laura turned around and went back to the car, and Ed and I hiked along here over Poor Mountain, past the Low Gap Shelter, and Poplar Stamp Gap, through Chattahoochee Gap, and we spent the night here at the Blue Mountain Shelter,
We stayed in the camp area there. That was day 1. Day 2, through Nantahala Gap, Rocky Mountain, Indian Grave Gap, which is kind of ominous, Tray Gap, Tray Mountain is the tallest one that day. Spent the night here at Sassafras Gap, and then hiked out on Addis. And then yesterday morning, Ed and I hiked to Dick's Creek, where he got his car and left, and I kept going. And I was originally going to spend the night here at this site on the side of the trail, but I missed it. And ended up getting all the way to the North Carolina border, and I'm here at Bly Gap. Pretty nice campsite. As I've shown before, I'm all by myself on this side of the mountain. So today, plan to hike through Sassafras Gap, White Oak Stamp, and over Standing Indian Mountain. That's going to be about 5,500 feet. That's going to be a pretty big climb. You can tell the major switchbacks, plus all the little ones that are on there. And today I will get off of this piece of paper and onto my second piece of paper. And actually, am I that right? Yeah, so they're Standing Indian again. And I'll either spend the night here at Beach Gap, or with luck I'll make it all the way to Carter Gap Shelter today. It's about 15 miles. And then I've got to do all this, and then flip the page over, another night, and do all that, and that's where my car is, up there at Wesser. Nantahala Outdoor Center is there. Should be fun. Just give you an idea of the elevation climb today. I'm right here. And first thing I get to do is go up and down and up and up and down. And that's the Standing Indian Mountain right there. And then I'll just keep going. Fun.
Well, isn't that swell? Nice sturdy bridge. Looks like somebody took a bite out of it. I think this is one of those bridges where I'm going to unbuckle my straps in case I fall. That way I can get up. Well, I made it across that little bridge. One of my signs. Well, up there's the sheeter. It's pretty nice. It's got a covered porch, picnic table. I'm thinking, actually that little building up there must be the sheeter. And this is the water supply for the sheeter. Whoa! Almost went in. That'd be good. Well, it's warm enough that it's time for me to change my shirt. I've been hiking in the mornings in this neon yellow shirt, this long sleeve, and first thing in the morning I tie this short sleeve shirt to the outside of my pack so it'll air out. Put this neon one back on my pack to air out. So then when I get to camp tonight, I'll put it back on along with my thermal. Got a little hook on this string. All right, fresh as a daisy. I like to stop at every sign that I can. It gives me a chance to catch my breath. Those Chunky Gal Trail, all right. Well, as much as I'd like to see one of them, I don't think I'll be walking down that trail. Yeah. I'll be walking down that one. So a double blaze means some kind of tricky turn ahead. I don't think I'm going to be distracted by that. Looks like over there is a post. Oh, another one behind that tree right there too. Better pay attention. I think this is the one I'm looking for. As it says, AT North. More difficult. More difficult than what? This is the climb to Standing Indian Mountain. I think it's going to be the biggest mountain I'm going to be climbing today. Something I've been looking forward to since I woke up this morning. You know it. Well, this part of the trail is real wide. Some kind of woodpecker. You would know it. He'd quit. Well, the sign there says Standing Indian Mountain. Well, I made it this far. The guidebook says that this is 5,435 feet to the summit. It's a pretty good climb. Figured this would be a good place to drink some water and have one of these puff pastries that my niece brought me from China. So thanks again. These are delicious. They are over 100 calories per ounce. Perfect backpacking food. Gotta love it. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed that there's trees on top of this mountain. I had better views from other places. But I'm up there. Well, isn't that awesome? Please let it say Carter Gap. Please, please, please. Hot damn. 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock here. If I can find a place to put my tent up. Woo! Well, it's about 6:15. This is my view for the evening, and just kind of chilling out. Go to sleep early tonight, as usual. Good morning. It's about 6:45. I woke up at 5:30 this morning to the sound of raindrops falling on the roof of my tent. And it wasn't a downpour, it was just big drops every once in a while. When the sun finally came up, I noticed that I was in a cloud. I was going to say the clouds are low, but some combination of low clouds and high jed. So I laid here for about 30 minutes and decided I was going to be eating breakfast in my tent this morning, so I got up and went and got my food bag. And I cooked my breakfast here under the awning of my tent. First things first, had to eat. Drank 3 cups of coffee. Then remembered that I was filming. This is just what the inside of my tent looks like. It's a mess. Everything spread out in here. But it'll all go in that pack and it'll look nice and neat when I'm hiking down the trail. So I'm going to finish up my beef jerky and mango and drink some more water and then pack up. See you on the trail. Huh. Let's see what this little side trail leads to. Leads to the sun in my eyes. There's a tree growing on top of a rock. I wonder how that happened. Well, it's time for a little pick-me-up here on the trail. Yum yum. Well, I reckon Betty Creek's around here somewhere. Well, just came out of the southern Nantahala wilderness apparently, and here at Betty Creek, and found this box. In the box were these papers. So I thought I would sign the guest book, even though I'm not spending the night. Woohoo! My first ever AT book. I have arrived, or something. Well, this is the last water source before I start up Albert Mountain. It's another 5,000 plus peak. Doesn't look particularly good, but I guess I'll drink it. Still at Betty's Creek Gap. I was hoping I'd find Betty's Creek, but apparently it's off a side trail a little bit, and I would rather drink that water than walk an extra mile. That's just the way I roll. So one of the things you should always carry in your what might happen bag is an extra lid for a bottle. And I in fact had an extra lid for this bottle. So I'm glad that my second item was in there. After I lost the second lid, I found that it was also very nice to have a rubber band in your what might happen bag to keep your dirty water bottle from getting dirty inside. Well, there's the lookout tower. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. Fire tower on top of Albert Mountain. I'm going up there. It's time to put a little juice in my phone. Well, I thought the first part of the climb up Albert Mountain was pretty tough. And then somebody put these rocks in the way. And there's markers up there too, and who knows what else. Wee doggies. This is really hard. It's been nothing but steps and rocks for the past 30 minutes. Which is probably less than 1/10 of a mile, maybe. Oh, good. Looks like it's going to get easier for a few feet. Well, made it to the place. That was a really technical climb. It's like every step I was trying to figure out where I was going to put my foot so I wouldn't fall down the mountain. One step after the other. Did not want to fall down that mountain and climb it twice. But that's the destination. See what it looks like up top. Maybe. Like from top of Albert Mountain Tower. Not quite the top because they got it locked. You know, people like me going up there and causing trouble. Enjoying the wind. I've been walking downhill for about 45 minutes. Looks like I still got a ways to go. It's a lot easier going down Albert Mountain than it is going up, at least when you're going northbound. Well, I just came out of the trail to Rock Gap. And that ride is not for me. Trail keeps going that way. And a glorious sight. I was able to leave some trash so I don't have to carry it for another 40 miles. And I picked up a lid to my water bottle from that trash. Living large. Time to go. Well, it's about 2:30 here at Rock Gap, and there's a shelter right here. There's apparently a campsite with water about 4 miles past Winding Stair Gap. It's kind of ominous. So if it's about 4 miles, according to my map, 2:30, I should get there before dark. I hope so. It's a big hill to climb right now. And hopefully I won't be doing any night hiking. I came out of the trail right there. I was hoping there'd be some water coming out of a pipe, but it was dry. One day I might come back and go to Standing Indian Campground, but not today. This is what I got to look forward to. Appalachian Trail. Oh, that's a glorious sight right there. Look at all that delicious water. It's a good place to drink a liter of water and put another liter in my backpack. AT go that way. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Somebody put this sign here. I hope it's accurate. I would think that down there was the gap. Keep going. At least another hour till I get to a shelter. What? What is that? Is it? Can it really be? Oh my gosh. It's trail magic. Oh, woo! To all you thru hikers, you've got this. You can make it to Katahdin, 100 miles down. Have a drink to celebrate. Take only one. Oh, I'm not a thru hiker. Wonder if a 100-mile section hiker gets one. I guess not. Sure would like to drink some of that right now. They got Dr. Thunder. Oh well, I'm not a thru hiker. Stupid sign. Well, some folks catch a ride into Franklin. They're doing a thru hike. I bet they got hamburgers and it's in Franklin. I'm not going there, I'm going there. Play Frogger here on the road. Well, this is disappointing. That's the heel off my shoe. Came off when I was crossing this road. That's what I get for making a comment about hamburgers. I don't know if I can fix that or I have to check that out. Darn it. About a mile or maybe just a half a mile from 64, and I far enough where I can't hear it. My guidebook said there was a campsite next to a creek, and I found it, but there's a sign. And what does it say? It's not good news. It says, no camping. Please use the Moore Creek tent site a half a mile farther on the AT. Tent as far away from the water source as possible. So, not knowing if there's water there or not, although you really can't tell from the sign, I did fill up. And I got another half a mile to go. Well, I found it. And I have a spot for my tent. There's some other folks here hanging around by the campfire area. They got a big pile of wood. While I'm over here. There's really not a better spot anywhere to be seen in terms of flat. So this will be my spot. The tent is still wet. I forgot to take a break and air it out during the middle of the day. So I'm not going to put anything in it right now. And hopefully the inside out will dry out a little bit. It's time to hang the bear bag and see about some dinner. Dinner tonight is some Thai ramen with chicken, broccoli, red peppers. Well, waiting on my noodles to rehydrate. I looked at the map and I saw that I've hiked 17 miles today. That's my personal best. Since Tesnatee Gap, I've hiked 74. Got 26 left. Might be able to make that in just 2 more nights instead of 3. I'm so tired at the end of the day, I'm not even hardly hungry. So I gotta eat. My body can repair itself while I'm sleeping. Tent's dried out on the inside. Glad about that. It's probably be last video for the night. I've got my charger hooked up to it, and up to my phone, that is, and we'll see how this thing lasts for the next couple days. Good night, everybody. Good morning. I thought I would give you a little overview of what I'm going to eat today. Packing my food at home, I packed it in these plastic bags, each one with a breakfast, lunch, or dinner written on it, thinking that having 3 meals a day would be healthy. So this is a typical breakfast. Got some fruit and beef jerky. Today is banana chips. Probably eat that and this Little Debbie and some coffee right now. I've got a Builder bar and a Cliff bar, and that was a breakfast bag. A lunch bag, the way I planned it, would include the main course. Today is some crackers, some tuna fish, a little bit of mayonnaise, a Chinese puff pastry, Little Debbie, and I've got 2 fruit snacks today, one supposedly a sports one, and then another one supposedly a all-natural one. Little energy drink pick-me-up and some trail mix, and this one is smoked almonds, looks like raisins, mustard pretzels, and there's a couple pieces of apple in there. The dinner bag includes some
more dried fruit, a couple pieces of candy, crackers, a peanut bar for dessert. And then the main course here looks like a seafood chowder of some sort. It looks like I've got some salmon and some shrimp and some rice in there, and some hot sauce to make it taste worse. And this is an ounce of crushed up barbecue potato chips that I may sprinkle in there to make it taste better. Turns out I don't actually eat 3 meals a day. For breakfast I'll probably have, for breakfast I'll eat the fruit and good Little Debbie, drink some coffee. Actually, I've already started into the coffee this morning. I decided since it's warm, I'm just going to not cook, and so I made a bottle of coffee. And then after I've walked down the trail a little bit, I'll start snacking on these. And I'm going to pull some items out of this for snacking this morning as well, because I seem to need lots of energy in the morning. I'm going to carry that, Little Debbie, and probably the puff pastry. So for lunch, I'm going to eat that pile of stuff. This will be an afternoon snack. And take those out of the dinner box and make those an afternoon snack as well. And that will leave me for dinner tonight, that little bit. So mostly grazing. This is the hip belt for my pack. So I've got the 4 walking snacks in there. And what I will do is not stop to eat. I'll just keep walking. I only stop when I have to drink, because I don't have a way of carrying water separate. Well, I taped the black thing back on the back of my shoe with all of the duct tape that I have, and if that lasts a mile, I'll be impressed. Even if it comes off, I'll still have this soft rubber back there, and hopefully that's going to last 26 miles. I made a little more cushion, not much, but I cut up some of my Reflectex seat, and so I can put that in there, and then my sole back in, maybe cushion a little bit. What I decided to do is I'm just going to take my time and not pound on it so much like I have been. Got 26 miles. I got 2 more dinners to eat. So if I can do 10 miles today, 10 miles tomorrow, and then 6 miles on the way out, instead of pounding on that rubber, trying to do 15 today and 11 tomorrow, maybe these shoes will take me home. I have no idea what that means. I reckon this here's Siler Bald. Pretty up there. That would be a bald. But I don't see any white blazes that way. I'm hoping it goes this way. I don't see any that way either. That one's blue. Goes down to the shelter. Ah! There she is, right there.
Well, seems like the heel is still there. The tape's starting to peel off. It's been hanging about an hour and 45 minutes and maybe 3 miles. So if I can get another 20 or 30 minutes out of that duct tape, I'll be pretty happy. It's a little after 10 o'clock. Found a place to get some water and thought this would be a good time to have a snack and check out my shoe. So the duct tape hasn't worn through on the bottom, I can tell, even back here. It's starting to peel off on the side, which is unfortunate that I couldn't get my shoe clean for that to stick. And the really bad news is that that's another crack growing farther up right there. And if I lose that part of the heel, I don't even know if it's going to be worth wearing these shoes. So, hiked about 4 miles in them. And if my reckoning is accurate, I've got about 21 more to go. Look, here's my other shoe. That heel's starting to come off right there too. Well, I'm hiking up to the top of Waya Bald. This will be my second 5,000 plus foot peak today. Fortunately, the valleys have only been around 4,000. So it's just been a couple of 1,000 foot climbs. Tape still on the shoe. It's pretty steep. Out of stuff to say. Well, I've got about 18 miles left to my car, and the duct tape is still there, but starting to lose other parts to my shoes. Well, my new best friend Jim gave me this roll of medical tape, and I have wrapped up that shoe, and I'm going to put some on that one too, and that maybe will get me another 5 miles. Means I need to keep my eyes out for when those blazes separate. I'm on top of Waya Bald here, and talk about trail magic. Roll of duct tape.
See you guys later. Thank you very much.
This gentleman right here set up with a cooler, and snacks, and duct tape. He's my second new best friend today. I are here. It's a pretty splendid rock tower. 5,342 feet above sea level. I believe it was a memorial to John Byrne, who in the 1930s was a forest supervisor for the Nantahala National Forest. I tend to set up at Waya Bald shelter area. I got here about 4 o'clock, maybe a little before that. This is the earliest I have set up my tent this entire trip. Maybe it's because I only did about 9 or 10 miles today. Just taking it easy. Hoping the shoes will last a little bit longer if I walk slower. Don't know if that really makes much sense, because it's still the same number of footsteps. Just being a little more careful where I put my feet. Might miss a few rocks and make it last a little longer. Real nice view from up here. You can see through the trees. It's kind of hard to get it on the camera. Still glad I came. Well, I really lucked out with this spot. Place to lean my back on that log. Really lucked out with this spot. Sitting in the sun. Oh, water just came to a boil. Good morning. It's day 7. About 7:30 in the morning. I woke up, I don't know what time, but crawled out of the tent around 6:30, and it was a real crowded camp area. There was probably 20 people there, which has not been unusual, but the amount of flat space was ridiculously small. So we were all within 10, 15 feet of each other. So I tried to be as quiet as I could. I did take a picture of the sunrise. And took advantage of the fact that there was a privy. Ate some breakfast, drank some cold coffee, and now I'm on the trail. I'm going to take it easy this morning. I'm hoping my shoes, specifically the tape, holds up, trying to avoid as many rocks and roots as I can. And if I've got plan A, which is to hike about 11 miles and spend the night at a shelter, and then about 5 or 6 miles tomorrow. Or plan B, if I get to that shelter early, I'm going to just knock it out and get to the car tonight. So we'll see how it goes. See what my shoes look like. I put some of that medical tape on there to help with traction. Well, just walking along, getting down to a little valley here, and I see a mountain over there. And to me, that just looks like something that the designers of the Appalachian Trail would not be able to resist. So I'm probably going to be up on top of that soon. You know, I just can't pass these opportunities. So glad I came. So apparently on this week-long trip I acquired a new trail name. I am now known as Neon, and Not exactly sure why. Might have something to do with these clothes that I wear to make it easy to find my body if I fell down in a ditch or something. Certainly don't want to fall down in that ditch. That's a 6-mile ditch. But kind of like neon as a name. You know, it's always been my favorite noble gas. I mean, helium is pretty cool, but argon and xenon and krypton, those just sound like they're from someplace else. But neon, I like it. Walking down into Nantahala Gap. Got one more mountain to climb. Up Westerwald right there. It's about 800 feet up. And wouldn't be bad, except I lost my full water bottle someplace in the past couple miles. So, got a couple miles. Got to go up and over that thing to get to the next water source. So, no, you might not have a chance to see what these look like. They look like dried spam bites. 10 grams of protein, 20 grams of fat. Pretty good. Sure, some people like this path up Westerwald, but this gravel is killing my duct tape. Awesome. Something else to climb. Well, I climbed the tower.
No, I'm good. What's the ibuprofen for? My whole body.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mostly my ankles.
The only thing I've taken it for is at night my knees get like restless.
Well, this is undoubtedly the fanciest spring I've seen on the entire trip. Water tastes just as good, I'm sure. Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, and I just passed Westerwald Shelter. Look at my piece of paper here with my mile markers on it. And it looks like I'm at the start of the downhill climb into the Nantahala Gorge. It should drop about 2,000 feet over the next 6 miles. So I've laced up my shoes real tight to help protect my tips of my toes as I'm going down, and I've lengthened my poles a little bit to make it easier going down. And we're off. Just made another pretty steep climb and came out on this ridge line. It looks like it's maybe 15 feet across at the top. I reckon I was over there. It's amazing. I think I'm at what the guide calls the jump off. And if that's the case, I'm almost at the end of my guidebook, my last little page here. And it looks like it goes down a few little insulting climbs all the way down to the NOC. Well, coming down from that rock has so far been one of the most technical downhill climbs I've faced. And it just keeps going. I just thought I'd show you what that looks like. Pole stuck on a root. Seems to happen all the time. Could be worse. Could not have a pole at all. Well, it's about 4:30. I've got about 3 miles to go and started to get a little hungry, so I thought it'd be time for a little pick-me-up. I've got a little iced coffee and a Snickers bar. This one says I'm a princess. Sure don't smell like a princess right now. It was a pretty weak spring.
Yeah, I need to get me some of that.
But I found a hollow stick.
Awesome. How much further to the shelter, do you know?
I don't know. Mile from my takeout point, so I gave these guys the rest of the food that I was carrying.
Shalom. I am King Scum. I'm from Morgantown, Pennsylvania, near Reading and Lancaster. And the reason I came out here was because I want a better relationship with God, and I want a better relationship with my girlfriend. Hi, Chris. What's up? And I just kind of want to fix myself. You know, I've tried it many times before, and it doesn't seem to work that well. So
Awesome.
hopefully a nice long walk in the woods will do me some good.
I'm Tesla. I'm from Frederick, Maryland, and I'm out here through hiking because it's kind of an obsession, and I figured I wasn't going to be happy till I hiked the whole thing, so I'm just doing it all at once.
Awesome. Is it? Oh, my little white car. That ends the adventure. Super nice people at NOC let me park my car here for free for the past week. 99.8 miles in 6 nights and 7 days. Hope you can try it someday.